Okay, so we've got a table showing set of values for x and y. Here they are. Here are the x values. Here are the y values. Okay, we'll not worry too much about those. Let's see what the question says. Y is inversely proportional to the square of x. And they want us to find an equation for y in terms of x. Now, we know a bit about proportionality. And in fact, whenever we're dealing with these things, my recommendation would be to find a formula for A in terms of B first. And that's exactly what they've asked us to do. Now we are dealing with inverse proportionality because it says inversely proportional. And our A and our B are, well, this one and this one. So y and the square of x. So that's A, and the square of x is B. Right, so how does our formula work? Well, for the inverse proportionality, it's A equals K over B. So let's write that down with y instead of A and x squared instead of B. So there we go. Y equals K over x squared. Now let's put some numbers in. Let's use the easiest numbers we can. Well, since I've got a x on the bottom of a fraction and it's squared, if I use x equals 1, that would make life very easy. So let's use x equals 1 and y equals 9. And that gives me, what does that give me? 9 equals k over 1 squared. In other words, k just equals 9, because that 1 squared is neither here nor there. And so my formula is y equals 9 over x squared. And there we go. Now it asks me to find the positive value of x when y is 16. So I need to rearrange this to get x squared equals. Now, some of you might not like doing that. By all means, do this any way you like. But I'm actually going to cheat slightly. Well, not cheat, but use this method of putting it in one of these triangles, which you probably use more for speed and distance and time and things. But when we've got one thing is equal to two things divided by each other, I can just do it. Look, y is 9 over x squared, so I can put that in here. Y is 9 over x squared. Okay, so that's exactly the same thing. Y is 9 over x squared. And then to rearrange this, I can simply say, what's x squared equal to? Let's do it in red. What is x squared equal to? Well, looking at this thing, x squared is 9 over y. And so I just write that down, and I have rearranged that in an easy, safe, and non-hazardous way. Obviously, you could do it in the sort of the more formal way, but that's just as good. Right, what are we told? We're told that y equals 16, and so x squared is 9 over 16. And I just need now to square root both sides. And when I square root both sides, I get x on the left, and I get the square root of 9 over 16 on the right. And when I'm square rooting a fraction, I can simply square root the top. Square root of 9 is 3, and square root the bottom. Square root of 16 is 4. And there is my answer. It said the positive value. This is the positive value. Remember, of course, that square roots have a negative value as well, so that could have been minus 3/4. But since they've asked for the positive one, that is that.